Trent, big game. How are you feeling going into it?
Yeah, really excited to take on Brisbane, who probably a bit like us weren't expected to be in this position. They played really well last week, so really looking forward to the challenge of taking them on in what should be great conditions down at Freo Oval on Sunday.
Have you got a lot of belief out of the last couple of weeks, those close ones?
Yeah, definitely. We've talked about that it's been a big tick for our resilience, something we've been working on. Not so much for our good football at this stage, those 2 wins, but we're really happy. So far, every team in the comp's had a flat week, and we've been fortunate enough to win in those flat weeks. So we're hoping they stand us in good stead when the ladder's decided at the end of the year, but we definitely want to get back to playing our best football this week, and we'll need to against Brisbane.
What haven't you been doing? What have you earmarked?
Probably in some ways just getting to the ball first. We've been talking about our tackle numbers and pressure, which is great, but we want to start to dictate the play a little bit more. So we know we're not a high possession team. We don't need to be successful, but we definitely want to be getting our hands on the ball a little bit earlier than what we have the last couple of weeks.
How's the heart been lately after the last few hard stoppers? I know you do a lot with trotting, so you're probably used to winning by a nose sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's been a bit tight. The Collingwood one was one where we sort of maybe didn't deserve to win and got there without taking opportunities. Last week I thought in a lot of the way we controlled it but weren't taking our opportunities. So yeah, when you're 7 points down with I think it was 2 minutes 16 to go, you start to worry at that point, but the girls dug really deep and got the job done.
Does it do a lot for your belief as a group to know you can come from any situation like you have and still get a win?
Absolutely, and that's what we've been talking about, that hopefully later on in the year when we're playing a couple of the really good sides, or if it is finals, that in any situation that we're a chance, and we need to play good football, but also if we are in a close finish, we've got that belief that we can get across the line, which is pretty important, and it's hard to instill. You can only do it through practice, and there's no better practice than actually on match day.
Last season you guys sort of got a first-hand taste of the vagaries of this sort of conference system and what it can mean if you, depending on where you finish in that conference. Given the start that you guys have had, you're at the halfway point, you've spoken at all to the girls about being ruthless in the stretch leading up to the finals game to ensure that you don't have a similar situation?
Not really. It could develop. Obviously, Conference B looks a bit to have more depth, possibly, than Conference A. But we just really don't focus on that at this point. We just got to go about doing our business and we've talked about Brisbane this week. Haven't looked too far ahead for sure.
How are you going to go about the two pillars at either end for Brisbane? Lutkin's already mentioned, and then it's Wardlaw at the other end, who's a fantastic goal kicker, and when she gets on a roll, can really hurt you on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so she's the competition's leading goal scorer, and I coached against the state 18s, and she was really raw back then, but you could see the potential. So she's been under Craig Starcevich for quite a while, and now she's really clunking those marks, and she's a lovely kick. So no secrets. We'll get Janelle Cuthbertson to go to her. So Janelle's a really strong defender. Last week she had Greiser, and she's had some big jobs each week, and she'll go to Wardlaw, and that'll be a really good battle. And the other end, we'll have to wait and see with Lutkins. Still a bit undecided about what we do. She's in phenomenal form. There's probably 3 locks for all Australians so far, and I think she's one of them. So we have to, hopefully, if her opponent can start getting hold of the ball, then Lutkins has to pay a bit more attention rather than dropping off. So that'll be the key to controlling her. But yeah, we know she's a great player.
Is that someone you send your Mrs. Fix-It to, and Ebony?
Well, it is an option, definitely. Like, she's down back, up forward. Last week we used her on a wing and she was really good there. So poor Epps doesn't know where she's going to play until she rocks up. Every night at training, which line am I training with, and we just spread it around the different ones because she can be used anywhere. But that's definitely an option that we went with last year. And if Ebony goes down there, we think she can hit the scoreboard as well.
Evie Gooch back this week. How hard has it been at the selection table? Like I said, Emma O'Driscoll really impressed, especially late last week. Yeah,
it was. Emma was really good, and Evie comes in, and Evie's obviously a first choice player, so Evie slots straight back in. We're really careful with our management of our younger girls. So Bianca Webb played a full season of waffle and state 18s and 3 games in a row, so she'll just have a rest this week. At some stage we'll try to rest our 18-year-olds, which isn't easy to do, but we have to look after them. Not only are they important for us now, but they're important long term as well.
And I spoke about Fremantle Oval being a sort of a fortress for your team. Looking forward to getting back there and trying to get an 8th straight win?
Yeah, we just love it down there. I get there a bit early, go across, get a coffee in the markets, and it's just a great feel of the place, the drums. So the girls just feel really comfortable down there. That's where we had our smoking ceremony. It's a really important place. So it definitely gives us an advantage. We know the wind down there and the crowd support, so we love getting down there.
You spoke about getting your hands on the ball more. Is that an intent thing for the players, or trying to making them focus on that more, or do you look to shake up personnel?
No, it's just a personnel thing. Like, we weren't doing it against Collingwood at all, and we were well behind at half time in that. And then the girls themselves changed. We didn't change anything position-wise, and our inside mids got to work with that. So it's a mindset. It's taking the game on and being positive. And we think we have set ourselves to do that this week.
Trent, I know coaches love their teams to sneak under the radar. Do you feel like people are sitting up and taking a bit more notice of the Dockers now?
Yeah, no doubt. It was after round 2, all of a sudden we're premiership favourites, and we'd beaten 2 teams who hadn't won a game at that stage. So the press can jump on things pretty quickly. We haven't been impressed with the last 2 weeks, and they've jumped off, which is fair enough. And they're talking about North Melbourne more. So that's the nature of the business. We just have to keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, to be honest, we'd prefer if nobody was rating us. That's just human nature. So yeah, we're happy with the way that's going.
Do you think it helps being a West Australian team, being out of that? So in the men's game, the Sydney Swans always brought themselves, say, being underdogs. Do you feel as though maybe you guys have sort of?
It's probably Brisbane will be doing the same. Like, everyone completely wrote Brisbane off at the start of the year, and it's just amazing. You get left with what you get left with, and they galvanise as a group and come through. So they're in a very similar boat to us, and they've been definitely underestimated. And yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a big difference when you get out. They just got to play your best footy. But I think there's 2 sides who probably lost a few players who've maybe performed above expectations, and this week will be a really good test for both of us.